you're kind of the perfect person to ask about this, Cam. So you know that there's that special interview of you on CNN 60 Minutes, and they asked you about snitching. You said, if I knew the serial killer was living next to me, I wouldn't call and tell nobody on them, but I'd probably move, but I'm not putting the signs up. That goes viral all the time, even to this day. Just curious, what like led to that conversation, and then like how do you feel about that?
There was a whole thing about no snitching, and what 60 Minutes did was edit out a lot of shit that I said. And this is a good time to talk about that because we're just talking. First of all, what you have to realize, and what I said that they edited out was this, is that because you snitch on somebody doesn't mean you get a conviction. So let's say that you live in an urban environment and for instance, right, let's say you're part of a drug ring or whatever, or a murder case or whatever, and we all live in the same environment. And I go to court and I go to court and me and live in the same neighborhood. I'm just giving an example. I go to court and I snitch. Because I snitch on, that doesn't mean he's getting convicted. So now if he gets off, you got to come home to that same environment and look this nigga in the face every day. So therefore now you, not just the whole neighborhood is looking at you like, nah, this nigga, tell, get away from him. And now you have to live there thinking about that. That's first and foremost, because just because, that's what I said 60 Minutes that they cut out. Just because you tell doesn't mean the person you tell on is going to jail. It doesn't mean you tell they get convicted. You have no idea, and then you go back home to that environment, and now you're an outcast for telling. That's first and foremost. Then secondly, what I said that they didn't put up is that cops have the blue shield where they don't tell on each other.
Right.
So now if a cop does some foul shit.
That's a good point.
Right. Now if the cop does some foul shit to a citizen and his partner's there and his partner doesn't stop it, or his partner doesn't say, report it, and then now if he tells on his partner, he's a snitch for telling on his partner. It's called the blue shield, the blue wall, whatever shit they call it. And they didn't put that on 60 Minutes. So you got cops doing foul shit to people, and they're not allowed to tell on their partner or their coworker or so on and so forth. So therefore, they'll be snitches if they tell on their coworker. And that's part of the stuff that I talked about on 60 Minutes they edit out. They try to make me look like I'm crazy and I'm high and all this shit, which I was high, but I knew what the fuck I was talking about. But that's the case also. Cops don't snitch on other cops. So you want a citizen to go snitch, and then they may snitch and got to live in the same society as somebody who gets off. So as far as the clip on 60 Minutes is concerned, they cut a lot of shit out.
That's interesting to know. I'm happy you got to clear that up. It's a great take.